"That woman's gonna tear this town apart. You can't lie with eyes like that," someone whispered through the courtroom. Eliza Caldwell stood tall on the witness stand. Her eyes were locked straight ahead, right at the sheriff, and not just her eyes. Her whole being was screaming, "It wasn't me, and you know it." The air in the courtroom was heavy. Nobody said a word, but everyone was thinking the same thing. Could the most respected woman in town really be involved in something this dark? Or was she about to uncover a truth that's been buried for years? Eliza Caldwell used to be the principal of the little school in the quiet coastal town of Rookville. For 30 years, she taught hundreds of kids and earned the respect of just about everyone. But everything changed after a young woman went missing, and with her disappearance came a storm that would shake Eliza's entire world. The missing girl, Bella Hampton, had once been one of Eliza's students. She'd just graduated from college and had moved back to town only a few weeks before she vanished. The last place anyone saw her? Eliza's riverside home? And the bloodstain found in Eliza's garden the next morning? For Sheriff Jack Martin, that was all he needed. Now, Jack Martin was the kind of sheriff who walked a fine line. Some feared him, most respected him. But Eliza knew another side of him, a side nobody else dared to speak of. By the time the case went to trial, the town had split in two. Half believed in Eliza's innocence. The other half stood behind the sheriff, convinced he was the only one telling the truth. But what nobody knew was that Eliza was about to reveal a secret, one that could shatter everything. The courtroom was old, stone walls, tall wooden windows, full of shadows from the past. On the first day of trial, it was packed. Sheriff Martin sat on the stand, calm but dodging eye contact. He said Bella came to Eliza's house by choice and that no one saw her again after that. Prosecutor Sarah Collins brought up the bloodstain in the garden and Bella's phone, which pinged for the last time near Eliza's place. On the surface, it looked bad for Eliza. But the moment she started speaking, the room shifted. "Yes, Bella came to my home," Eliza said. "But she wasn't alone that night. Someone was following her. I just didn't realize it until it was too late." Gasps and murmurs filled the room. Eliza kept going. She said Bella had gotten involved with some dangerous people while away at college, folks she was desperate to get away from. That's why she came back to Rookville. "She ran as far as she could," Eliza said, her voice trembling. "But they found her, even here." Eliza said she found Bella that night down by the river, passed out and scared. She brought her into the house to help. But a few hours later, Bella was gone. And from that moment on, Eliza didn't know who she could trust, because the person she suspected was none other than the sheriff himself. "There's been dirty business in this town for years," she said. "Everybody knows Sheriff Martin's tied in with certain business folks, but no one talks about it. Bella found something out, something she wasn't supposed to know, and they made sure she'd never talk." Eliza's defense attorney then showed security footage from the night Bella disappeared. The video showed Bella entering Eliza's house. But hours later, a man snuck out the back door in a hurry. His face wasn't clear, but he was wearing the sheriff's signature brown jacket. The whole room froze. Prosecutor Collins was stunned. Eliza wasn't just defending herself. She was accusing the town's most trusted man of being involved. In the days that followed, more witnesses came forward. A retired city clerk claimed Martin had tampered with records. A local mechanic said the sheriff had rushed in the day Bella vanished to get his car cleaned inside and out. Piece by piece, the puzzle was coming together. 3 intense weeks later, the jury came back with a verdict. Eliza Caldwell was not guilty. And not only that, they recommended a full investigation into Sheriff Jack Martin. Eliza walked out of that courtroom in tears. She'd stood in the middle of a dark, twisted storm, but she never backed down. And in the end, truth cut through the lies. The town embraced her again. Some were ashamed, some apologized, but all of them saw something they hadn't before. That Eliza Caldwell wasn't just an old school teacher. She was a woman who refused to stay silent in the face of darkness. And that day, justice had a name. If you're into wild stories like this one, don't just scroll away. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and be the first to see what crazy thing happens next.